my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma and me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought it is quite a joke, and he got lots of laughs from lots of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy would laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fists got hot and my wits got keen, and I'd run from town to town to hide my shame. Made a vow to the moon and the stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars, and I'd kill the man who gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit the town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on the street of mud, there at a table dealing stud sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my old sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. Knew by the scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue, how do you do? Now you're gonna die!" Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, came up with a knife and he cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. I tell you, I thought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. Kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun and I pulled mine first. Stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough. If a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die. It's that name that's helped to make you strong. He said, "Now you fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now. I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, because I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue." Got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him my pa and he called me his son. Came away with a different point of view. I think about him every now and then, every time I try, every time I win. Ever I have a son, I think I'm gonna call him Bill or George, any goddamn thing but Sue.